Hi, everybody. We're here today for an insightful discussion to hear what it's like to establish strategic alignment and support marketing operations. So this is a topic I'm sure will resonate with you. I'm Christopher Dias. I'm the manager of customer experience and success strategy here at Brandmaker, and I'm here with Hannes from Acronis. Thanks for joining us and the Brandmaker audience today, Hannes. If you don't mind, maybe just give people a little bit of a rundown of yourself and your role and where you are now.
Yeah, thank you very much for the time today. My name is Hannes Migger-Vierke. I'm running the marketing operations and demand center organization in Acronis. And I do this on global level. And we are undergoing huge projects with Brandmaker right now, which we will discuss a little bit today. And we are implemented also the whole Forrester demand gen funnel, and we can talk a little bit about it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Hannes. So let's dive right in. So we'll start here. How do you think that marketing operations can be strategic within an organization?
So first of all, marketing operations is an operational organization, obviously. So we are executing all the activities the organization is planning and executing in the field. Our main operations are marketing automation, and I have also another topic I'm responsible for in marketing operations, which is analytics and reporting. And with this, we're also setting targets for the organization. So where it becomes strategic is when it comes to budget planning, to target setting for the organization, to distribute the money where it needs to be to generate the most out of it, to generate the demand we need to generate. And for that, analytics is key, reporting is key, and to be able to understand the capacity of the organization to execute things. And here Brandmakers comes in, which we will talk a little bit later about.
Absolutely, thanks. That's great. And you alluded to the Forrester earlier. So was there a specific trigger or reason to implement the Forrester model of revenue engine at Acronis?
So the reason is that we are a super fast growing organization with a more than 70% year-over-year growth. And as you can imagine with this growth, there are some growth pain coming with, and we had to implement some sort of structure to be able to maintain this growth. That is actually the trigger.
Absolutely. What were some of the goals or the milestones to define success during this project and even after the project?
So for us, two main goals we had implementing the Forrester model is that we are able to deliver on our targets. So that is one thing. So it's a more volume based metric. And the second is to be able to understand our funnel in depth, where we lose people, where we lose engagement, where the bottlenecks are within the process. And because of how it is built up, it combines sales and marketing. And it helped us to align and work together more structured. So the discussions are not anymore, we need more leads as usual.
Right.
Now the discussions are more about, okay, what we can do to reach our targets and what is necessary in between. So there is a component about generating leads, but it's also a component about how we follow up such leads and how the sales organization can help to drive business from their end as well. So it's more aligned, it's better discussions, and it's guiding us through this sometimes painful discussions when it comes to reaching the targets.
Thanks, Hannes. How do you see the role of marketing operations evolving?
For me, marketing operations is one of the core functions which needs to be implemented in the first place, and it evolves into a more strategic role. And in our case, we are working in 6 different dimensions, also based on some Forrester models. We are taking care about analytics and reporting, so gaining insights from data. We are taking care also about the MarTech stack, so everything related to technology, how it is integrated, budget management and execution. One major topic we have with this, also target setting, data management. Data management is a huge piece of the work where we think it has to be in marketing operations, because marketing is the beneficial from good data to be able to target and segment our database. And then 2 more topics more related in how people work together. So the process management is a big piece in the future job description of marketing operations, where we basically think about how we work together and how we work together in a way that we deliver the quality we want in the capacity we need to be able to deliver our goals. And then the last piece is that we think about how the marketing organization is set up. So we call this functional design, where we think about, do we have the right roles in our organization? Do we have the right people, skills, and roles within the entire organization to be able to deliver what needs to be delivered? So for example, I can give you an example here. We have a larger gap in content production. So we need to think about, is this a bottleneck for the organization? And if it is a bottleneck, so we may need to shift people and resources towards the content production team to be able to fulfill as an organization our goals. And this is what we also think about within marketing operations. So these are the 6 different areas we are working on. So it's analytics, it's data management, MarTech technology, it's budget management, functional design, and also process management.
Thanks, Hannes. Just as another sort of side question or follow up on that, not necessarily the time to deliver all of that or for it to come together, but of those 6, how would you sort of determine the weight of each of those as to which was maybe a heavier lift, which takes longer to sort of, or takes more effort to sort of come to an agreement on it to get you to that next stage?
So they are all heavy lifts, to be honest,
right.
But the most workload we had was indeed data management to get this sorted. And the next heavy lift will be process management for us, because these are the areas where you can gain efficiencies, effectiveness of the dollar you invest, and this will help drive additional value. So process management to make the organization more effective and more into an operational excellence organization is what will drive our value. So this will be the next heavy lift for us.
Right. Thanks, Hannes. One more there. Is there anything during this process that you learned, or that, you know, if you could do it again, I would approach something in a slightly different way, or, you know, I've definitely learned this is the optimal way to approach any of those, these accomplishing these tasks?
So, it took longer than expected. This is the first learning. So what we underestimated a little bit is the complexity of the details. So that is one thing. And the more important is that you have the right people. So you need to think about people's skill set and what their role is within this entire thing. And it's super critical to be very precise about what is the role of somebody within the organization and what they are supposed to do, what they're doing, and does it match? And then lastly, what I would do the same, but it's super critical and important, is communication within the teams, with people, with sales organization, to be super aligned on what needs to be done. By implementing the Forrester model, we learned what to talk about within those discussions, and it helped us a lot to guide us through the process, but it is super critical to have the right discussions and to have as much as possible thinking about what you implement. The implementation itself, it's a heavy lift as well, but this is just execution, you know. But to define what needs to be done, it's a more critical part. And here, communication. Right. I can't repeat more.
No, thanks for that insight, Hannes. Last question for you. What is your next big project?
So as I stated prior, we need to implement now a more holistic process management. So here, BrandMaker will help us with their technology about workflow management. Because our idea is to have one go-to place for people within marketing organization to execute activities, to plan them, to execute, and to then make a post-mortem analysis on those, so that we are able to manage the process holistically from start to the end. And the start point is already the planning. So it does not start with the execution for us. We want to implement a process where we start from one planning process. We start sub-process where we then execute the activities, including defining the KPIs, the targets for each of the activities, and then during the execution, we have to trigger multiple different activities. And so process management is key for us in the next time. And to give you some perspective here, Acronis is executing roughly 1,500 up to 2,000 activities every single quarter on global scale. And each of those activities, which could be a webinar, an event, some third-party content syndication, whatever it is, it causes at least 5 to 6 different sub-tasks to be done. So you need content, you need budget approvals, whatever it is required. So you can imagine the number of tasks you have every quarter, 2,000 multiplied by 6. You are in big numbers, and to manage this, we need to automate. There is no other way. And BrandMaker will help us here to implement this level of automation. Otherwise, we would not be able to grow at the pace where we grow right now.
Thanks, Hannes. I appreciate your time, Hannes. Thanks for sharing your ideas, your experiences. They're very insightful and interesting. You're doing some amazing work, which we love to recognize. So thanks for sharing your story. And thanks, everybody, for joining us today.
Thank you very much.